A very good afternoon, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us this afternoon for this amazing session on the art of appreciation, fostering a culture of gratitude at workplace. Art of appreciation is the knowledge and understanding of the universal and timeless qualities that identify all great art. The more you appreciate and understand the art of different eras, moments, styles, and techniques, the better you can develop, evaluate, and improve your own artwork. We have a very special trainer with us today to take us through this journey of the art of appreciation for the second time with us, who is Mr. Hariharan Iyer. He is a highly driven professional, creative entrepreneur, and truly an entertainer. He's a speaker, writer, trainer par excellence. He's a Reiki grandmaster and deeply committed to meditation for over 31 years now. Hariharan has authored 9 books so far, the latest being Eves Against the Odds, Volume 2. He is an avid blogger and has authored over 150 articles. His article on LinkedIn, The Rahul Dravid Model of Management, is still trending with over 54,000 views. As an acclaimed speaker and trainer with over 25 years of experience, his client list includes names like Rolls-Royce, Cipla, LIC, and many more. A warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you so much for joining us. And the floor is yours now.
Yes. Thank you. Namaste. Thanks a lot, Venkat. Thanks a lot, Shiva, for the opportunity. I just thought this is a very dangerous time to do a session. It's neither post-lunch nor is it tea time. So it's somewhere in between. And so I just thought, let us play a little music to get everybody warmed up a little bit. Yes, Sandhya, good afternoon. And I would request all of you, a very warm good afternoon to all of you. And I would request that all of you are very engaged with this session. So please keep wishing all of us good afternoon in the chat so that I know that you are with me. So let's play some music before we get started. Something interesting for us.
In my mouth is a desert, running dry on the tip of my tongue. I can taste your lies, how to measure the love you throw around. I could never hold you down. Your soul is the so full of emotion. Your soul is the ocean, so full of emotion. Your soul is the ocean, and I can't touch the floor. So full of emotion, I can't keep any more. Are we out of time? Will we be swallowed whole? Don't give up on us now. I can feel you there, where I once had you all alone. In the back of my mind, I'm under your spell, I can't get out. My heart falls 5 feet low, and I'm still here, I'm freezing cold. But I will wait and hold my breath till I turn blue, I turn blue, I turn blue, I turn blue, I turn blue. Your soul is the ocean, so full of emotion. Your soul is the ocean, so full of emotion.
Hey, thank you. So welcome to this session on appreciation and gratitude. And once again, a big warm welcome to all of you. A wonderful good afternoon to all of you. And Just a second. What happened to my full screen? Right. So, how do I put off this chat? Okay, let the chat be on. Yeah. Okay, great. So, today is a great day for me. One, because once again, thanks to Ethika for calling me back once again. So I express my appreciation and my gratitude mostly. Most importantly, my thanks to you for trusting me. You know, it's always a risk calling me for sessions. Okay, and so for trusting me with one more session. So thank you so much for that. I'm really very grateful for that. And also, it's a great day for me because I live in Mumbai, but I'm currently in Bangalore for some work. So I'm doing this session from my cousin brother's house, and I had an opportunity today to visit Sri Rangapatna, where there is a famous Ranganatha Swami temple, and I'm very fascinated by that temple, and it's the image of Lord Vishnu. So I had an opportunity to go there in the morning today and come back on time for the session, so I could take the blessings of the Lord. So very, very grateful for that wonderful experience of having an opportunity to go back to that place once again within a year or so. I wanted to visit that place. So it's a great day for me. I have been able to do that, accomplish that also. And hopefully, yeah, it's one of the big Hindu temples. And I'm told, I read there the idol of Vishnu were lying down, which is a very enchanting picture. Really, it's an enchanting sight. It's the largest in Karnataka. So it's quite an amazing experience. So I'm very, very grateful for that. So I'm really energized by that whole experience. And I hope to transfer some part of that energy to all of you and to be able to make this session very, very interesting for all of you. Now, my style is, I like to keep things humorous. And sometimes, people don't get my joke, or they feel, what is he talking? Please do not feel bad. Just allow me to be myself. Focus on what I'm saying, and don't focus so much on my style. Of course, the style is what will keep us engaged. But if you feel bad about anything, I'm already apologizing for that. So please take that in your stride. But allow me to be myself. That's my request to all of you. And secondly, we'll keep this very interactive. It is not that I just want to start something and keep speaking and go on till 5 o'clock. That's not the idea. It's going to be an activity based. So because it's a webinar platform, we don't get to speak to each other, but you can liberally use the chat box to do the activities, which I will be sharing with you, and keep it very interactive. And we'll try and see if we can get some time towards the end. Maybe you can have a little Q&A session also with all of you. It's a beautiful topic, much to be imbibed in life. We all need to be grateful. We all need to be appreciative of people, right? And the other last part in terms of the context setting is, the way I do it is I have a PowerPoint presentation because it helps visual learners and it helps all of us to stay on path as far as the session flow is concerned. So basically, what I'll be doing is, just a second. Yeah. Basically, what I'll be doing is I will be putting up the slide. And after that, I will also be stopping the slide, interacting with you, then keep going back to the slide, stop the slide, again interact with you, go back, or stop the slide and share some thoughts and then go back. So that's the kind of approach that I'm going to be having as far as this particular session is concerned, right? So let me know in the chat box, are you looking forward to this session? Are you excited? And please say yes. Yeah. Okay. So there is no option there. Yeah, it's only a yes option. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can see so many of you have joined us today afternoon. So my big thank you to all of you for taking time out. And I hope by the end of this session, I'll be able to add some value to your life. So here we go. Let's get started with the presentation. appreciation, and then we'll keep going from there on. So essentially, we are talking about, I don't know why this black box keeps coming on my screen. Just a second. Yes. All of you can see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Venkat, if you can just help me with this.
Yes, the screen is
Slide is visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to appreciation and gratitude. Here we go. So basically, these are some engagement rules that we will be having in this session. And what are those engagement rules? Let's respect self and others. My humble request, do not sit with folded hands, because if you sit with folded hands and attend a session, and I have no control over that right now, when I do, when I'm doing in-person sessions, so I keep a little fine for people who sit with folded hands. And of course, I return the money back. But for that moment, I want people to sit with a sense of openness. So I request all of you to be open towards this session. Do not sit with folded hands. Do not look at or use your mobile phones unless you have logged in from your mobile, of course. Please ask questions and clarify. Do not be shy, and please be expressive. Yeah. Now, here are some key, couple of key learning anchors that I want to share with you. The first one is called as knowing is nothing and doing is everything. So can I have some responses in the chat in terms of what does this mean? Knowing is nothing, but doing is everything. So can I have some responses in the chat in terms of what do you understand by this? Action speaks, yes. Actions matter. Wonderful. Right. Yeah. Okay. Productivity is everything. Having knowledge without action really has no impact. Absolutely. Theory is different from practical. Efforts give results. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Keep it coming. Now let's look at this this whole scenario where we went to school and we were taught that knowledge is power. But as we grew up, I realized that this is an incomplete sentence. Actually, it is not knowledge which is power. It is applied knowledge which is power. Knowledge in itself is not power. Applied knowledge is power, which Nimesh ji has very rightly said. Practical application of knowledge in real life situation matters, right? Now, let's look at this, correlate this with a weight loss example. Somebody decides over the next 3 months, I want to lose 10 kgs, for example. And he or she can actually write a book on how to lose 10 kgs in 3 months, but actually gain 10 kgs in these next 3 months after writing the book. Because it's about doing what is required to lose weight. It is never about just knowing what you need to do. You need to do the exercise. You need to take care of your diet plan. You need to, follow a certain discipline, regimen, so on and so forth. So knowing is nothing. Doing is everything. And also today, you are all here because it's not just, you are not here to learn only. Learning is part of your work. It's not separate from your work. This was a life-changing learning I had in my life when I attended one of the training programs. And the facilitator said, you have not left any work and come here. You have come here to work. Because learning is part of your work. Learning is not separate from your work. Because we can never grow in our life if we stop learning. And all the work that we do in our life is only because all the work we do in our life is, thank you, Venkatesh. It's only because that we first learn how to do that work. And then if you want to keep getting better and better at your work, all you need to do is keep learning and you will keep getting better and better at your work. So as they say, learning is earning, because the word earning is part of the word learning, right? So let's kind of move on and look at some of the other aspects that we're going to discuss as far as this particular program is concerned. Okay. Just a second. I'm not able to put on my slideshow. Just a second. Sorry, guys, to keep you holding. Okay. Yeah, right. Now it will work. Yeah. Okay. So as we said, learning is part of your work. It is not separate from your work. Right. Now, what's the objective of this particular session that we're doing right now? The objective of this session is, by the end of this session, you would have received orientation on why appreciation and gratitude matter for a life of happiness and fulfillment. Yeah, why appreciation and gratitude matter for a life of happiness and fulfillment. Let me begin with a story. And this is about a father and two sons. So one day, the two boys and their father's best friend comes home, and he asks, he asks the elder son, I have seen that you are very indisciplined. Why is it that you are so indisciplined? And so that presentation issue is not with Shiva, it is at my end. I'm trying to sort that out. Yeah. Okay. So let's come back to the story. So there's a father with two sons, elder son, younger son. Father's best friend comes home and asks the elder son, I think you're very indisciplined. Why are you so indisciplined? So the elder son says, I'm very indisciplined because of my father. All my life, I saw that my father was very indisciplined. So I thought maybe that is the way to lead life, and I also became like him. Then he asked the younger son, there's a gap of say 3-4 years between the two children. Why are you so disciplined? I have seen that you are very meticulous. You are very organized. How come you are like that? He says, because of my father. He said, now that's a crazy answer. Your elder brother also said, father, you are also saying because of your father. He says, I saw that my father was indisciplined and did not lead his life in a proper way. I decided I don't want to spoil my life. So I decided to become a more disciplined person. So you see, the environment is the same. The education is the same. The experience is the same. The father is the same. The house is the same. Yet two people responded very differently to the same behaviors or same situations. So this is nothing but the difference in attitude. This is nothing but a difference in attitude. And the foundation of gratitude comes from our attitude. That is why we call it the attitude of gratitude. So what is attitude? Attitude is how I respond to different situations. Put two people in a same situation, how they respond to that same situation will depend upon the kind of outlook, perspective, or attitude they carry as a person. So gratitude comes only if we have the attitude of being thankful and grateful. If I don't have the attitude, some people in this world behave as if their existence is a favor on the universe. You might have seen some very interesting people like that. They think their existence is a favor on the universe. The universe is doing us a favor by giving us all the facilities. Light, sun, moon, wind, oxygen, food, everything. I'll be ending this session later on by talking about what are the 10 reasons why we should always be humble in life. We'll come to that little later. But lack of attitude comes from our sense of ego and feeling that we are far too significant in our life. I love flying. I love traveling. I love taking a flight. I love going in, catching a train somewhere, or I love traveling on the road for travel or for my work. Travel for work or travel for pleasure, either way. But I hate it when I'm sitting at the airport or at the railway station and there are so many people there and I'm such an insignificant little fly, like a fly sitting there. Nobody notices me. Nobody knows who I am. I am so insignificant. Whether I hate it or I love it, the fact is we all are insignificant. And this lack of gratitude sometimes comes from this attitude that I am a very significant person. Nobody is. Whatever significance exists is within a certain zone, and also it is temporary. We all have to go into oblivion one day, right? So let's move ahead. Now, I would like your response in the chat now. What is, according to you, the meaning of appreciation? What does appreciation actually mean? If I can have some quick responses in the chat. Identifying someone's work, positive attitude, okay? Recognition, okay? Praising for hard work, feedback, promoting the right behavior. Appreciation is a recognition of someone's efforts. Excellent. Okay, reinforcement of behavior to motivate someone for the good work done with positive attitude. Okay, respecting quality. Thank you. Excellent. You see, thank you all for your responses. But the beauty of this word appreciation is, it is actually one word, but this particular word has many interpretations to it. It is one word, but it has got many interpretations. So what does it mean? So what is appreciation? It is about praising self and praising others. It is also about appreciating the nuances of life. Appreciation is not just about appreciating somebody. It is about appreciating the need to be grateful. It is about appreciating the need to be thankful. It is about appreciating the varied perspectives that exist in the world. It is appreciating that people are different. They are not necessarily difficult. Of course, if you are a married man, You are a difficult husband. All husbands are difficult. Okay. So it is about appreciating not just somebody for their work. It's about having a more wholesome, holistic idea about this particular word called appreciation. I love what George Bernard Shaw said, especially today in a world where we are getting carried away by over positivity. Everything is great. Everything is not great. You must appreciate that. There are challenges, there are problems. And I have heard a lot of motivational speakers say, whatever you think is what will happen. I never thought COVID will happen, but it happened, right? After it happened, I came to know that something like COVID exists. So I couldn't have wished it, willed it. So a lot of things in your life will happen without your willingness or without you being asked. But you have to deal with them. Both the right, wrong, good, and the bad. So George Bernard Shaw says, both the optimist and the pessimist have a value in this world. Both the optimist and the pessimist have a value in this world. The optimist invents the aeroplane and the pessimist the parachute. The optimist invents the aeroplane and the pessimist the parachute. What a powerful thing to say. And what we do in our life, we put down people when they don't agree with us. Or we say, foolish guy talking negative things. It typically happens in sales meetings in organizations. Yeah. So the boss says, so are we going to create a record this quarter? Everybody, there are 50 people in the room. Everybody says, yes, boss. We will crack it. आग लगा देंगे, तोड़ देंगे, फोड़ देंगे, पता नहीं क्या क्या कर देंगे. उसमें एक पागल मेरे ऐसा होता है. वो बोलता है, बॉस ये रिकॉर्ड नहीं होगा. क्यों नहीं होगा? लास्ट टाइम भी नहीं हुआ था. So people who are with me, they'll say, Hari, shut up, man. Even the boss knows it is not going to happen. But if you keep on arguing now, then we will lose time. We can't go to the swimming pool. We are here to enjoy ourselves. So there is agreement. There is no alignment. Everybody agrees in public. There is no alignment in private. So this pessimistic guy, so-called pessimistic guy, is actually highlighting a particular problem which nobody is paying attention to. So never put down a so-called negative guy. I don't talk negative. And I'm telling you it will not happen. Negative guy, always telling it will not happen. But many times it does not happen, and then they all say, because of your negativity, it did not happen. It did not happen not because of his negativity. It was not supposed to happen. He was being sensible. He are not sensible. That's the problem. Right? So always appreciate contrary views in your life at the workplace or within your family. And today, many of you would be parents, you will be having children who are fairly grown up. They don't agree with us. We say you have to study hard, you will become a big person. Then they Google, and then they found out that all the failures are multi-billionaires today. And all the educated people are working for these multi-billionaires. They don't agree with you. And you say, just shut up. I'm telling you now, I'm your father. You listen to me. So there is a story here. There is another we have to appreciate another perspective. There's a very interesting story here. Once a father was scolding his son for not studying properly. You are not a good boy. You're not studying. You're wasting your time. So the son got angry. He asked, who are you to tell me all this? Father said, what are you asking? I am your father. Son says, you became a father only because I was born. If I had not been born, you would not have become my father. So it's a classic, Swami Chinmayananda used to say, it's a classic debate. Who made whom? God made man or man made God? So father made son or son made the father? So appreciate conflicts at the workplace. Appreciate difference of opinions at the workplace. And understand that people are not difficult. They are just different. In 2017, I had gone to the US. So I am a US return trainer, like you have non-resident Indian. I am a URI, US returned Indian. Okay. So I went to the US to get certified on a program on behavior styles. It was a life-changing program for me. And I realized that people are not difficult, they are different. I am a little fun-loving person. I like humor, I like to have fun, I like to go to a cafe, I like to sit over a cup of coffee and have a discussion. But some people are very professional. That doesn't make me unprofessional. But they have their own approach to what is professional. They would not like to meet you outside the office. Some people take quick decisions. Some people take slow decisions. Some people prefer to wear more of white and black. Some people prefer to wear more of purple or blue. Or some people like to wear flashy dress. So there are 4 types of people. I do a separate session on that. Maybe if Etika can invite me again, I can do a separate session on the 4 types of people and how to deal with them and how to build relationships with them. Basically, there is what is called as a results person. Then there is somebody called as a fun person. Then there is somebody called as a people's person. And there is somebody called as a thinking person. So thinking people will take time, obviously, because they're spending a lot of time thinking. Results people have no patience. They want results like this. Thinking person cannot understand why he's in a hurry. Results person cannot understand why this person is taking so much time. So the conflict does not happen because you are different. We are different. That's understood. If all of us are the same, then where is the fun in life? The conflicts happen because we don't appreciate those differences. And we do not appreciate that having those differences is actually such an enriching experience. Right? So let's move ahead now. And we looked at what George Bernard Shaw said, and also that people are different, they are not difficult. So appreciation is also about recognizing and communicating the good qualities we see in others. There is nothing like giving an honest appreciation to people. And we call them as providing 1 minute appreciation, which means always catching people doing the right things. This is one very important leadership or relationship building trait we should all have. Always catch people doing the right things, not the wrong things. And if you catch somebody doing something which is not right, admonish that person or have a conversation with that person in private, not in front of everyone. Always praise in public, criticize in private. But what many great bosses do, they will shout at that person in front of everybody and never highlight some good quality in their team member. And I can tell you, just if you smile at somebody now, that suddenly builds a relationship. And if you just appreciate somebody from your heart, genuinely, they will always remember that appreciation and they will remember you for having given that appreciation. I remember I started my career as a journalist before I came into training, way back in the 90s. So please don't start guessing my age. Because, I think I'm only 25-year-old. What to do? I am living in a delusional world. So, I remember I was a copy editor in a newspaper and I edited one copy. And after I edited that copy, I showed it to my boss. And my boss told me, Hari, you've done a really good job. And I was like, "Arey boss, why are you pulling my leg in the you didn't get to." हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, अरे सुबह से कोई तुमको मिला नहीं लगता है तुमको, मेरा टांग खींच रहा है तुम. My boss told me something which I've always remembered. He said, when somebody gives you an honest appreciation, learn to take it. Don't become cynical. When somebody gives you an honest appreciation, learn to take it. I'm a Reiki practitioner. The first thing we learned in Reiki was the attitude of gratitude. Being thankful. Somebody gives a glass of water, also we say thank you. The auto rickshaw guy drops you home, we say thank you. And some cab drivers, the way they drive, you really have to thank them that you reached home safely. There is this, please don't take it in any other way, but it's just a little humorous joke. It's about a cab driver and a very spiritual person. After death, they are meeting God. And so God says, okay, I have looked at all your karmic accounts. And it tells the spiritual person, okay, you go to hell, and driver, you will go to heaven. So the spiritual person is saying, what are you doing? This is injustice. I will appeal to the Supreme Court. I am the one who has always sung your praises. I trained people about you, and now and this guy, because of whom many people would have died, the way he was driving the car. He said, that's precisely why I'm sending him to heaven. Because when people were listening to you, they were feeling sleepy. But when this guy was driving the cab, they were always remembering me. Yeah, so you have to find some funny reasons also to be thankful to people. Yeah. Okay. So before we move ahead, how is it going so far? Can I have some quick responses in the chat? Please don't say it is not interesting. Say it is interesting. No is not an option in my session. Hello, you can be very frank and upfront about it. Excellent, awesome, thank you. Wonderful. See, I am refreshing myself with this lovely cup of tea. You should also do that if you feel like. Oh, Avish, I got this new spelling of awesome. Wonderful. Very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your appreciation. Now let's move ahead. Thank you, Bhavani. Okay. Now, why we don't appreciate enough? It's something to think about. And some of the reasons that I feel is, and you can also put your responses in the chat, why we don't appreciate enough is maybe we don't receive enough appreciation. Because we don't receive enough appreciation, we do not give that appreciation also. No, I had a very interesting experience in America. You know that, no? I am an America return trainer. Okay, they did not return me. I came on my own only, no problem. So, in the US, I saw this culture. It was so amazing. First of all, in the US, the participants came first, the trainer came after them. Here, the trainer is waiting for the participants in India. And the trainer tells the participants, तुम मुझे वहां ढूंढ रहे थे, मैं तुम्हारा यहाँ इंतजार कर रहा. Okay, but in the US, it's not like that. Everything starts on time, ends on time. And while you are walking on the road, so we had a coffee break. So I said, okay, go pick up your coffee, come back in 15 minutes. So we walked across, from the hotel to a place where we got coffee. Everybody on the road wished you, like, good morning, how are you doing today? Hello, good morning, how are you doing today? So by the time I reached the coffee shop to pick up my coffee, I have already 8 to 10 people have wished me and I have had to wish back, and like the poor cabin crew in the plane, then I had to keep my smile on. Whether I like that person or not, I had to smile. Yes, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I'm doing great, I'm doing great. But in India, if you do this, good morning, how are you doing today, morning? He'll say, hello, wait, do you know me? No. Why did you wish me? So don't try it in our country, okay? Do it in the US. It works there. So you have to appreciate that there are certain cultural aspects also. So in India, if you did not smile at me, why I should smile at you? If you did not appreciate, why I should appreciate you? Why not appreciate people? Why not? Just do it. So I always tell people, become a Dena bank, not a Lena bank. First you have to give, then you will receive. If you want somebody to smile at you, you smile. If you want somebody to appreciate you, you appreciate first. So always you have to give first. You receive later. Right? So maybe we don't appreciate people enough because we don't receive enough appreciation. That could be a reason. We are always trained to look at what is wrong with people. But as I said, always catch people doing the right things. Do not catch people doing the wrong things. Maybe our upbringing is like that. We are caught up with our own frustrations. It happens with parenting. Child has come back from school. Parents have gone to work, they come back a little late. The child is eager to share about what happened in the day. But a parent is asking, so did you do your homework today? बोलता है यार पहले सुन तो ले, मेरे को क्या बोलना है? You did not do your homework today, but I came in the top 5 in the class today, in the class test, but you did not do your homework now. And why can't you appreciate that poor child for having come the top 5? Then you can ask ki homework kiya ki nahi kiya. So it's also got to do with maybe the way we are brought up. Okay, and actually we are all caught up so much with our own frustrations in life. No? We forget about appreciating others. How often do you appreciate yourself? Don't be an extreme guy like me. I appreciate myself every 5 minutes because I am a narcissist, You know what is narcissism? People who love themselves. I'm in love with myself. So I'm always appreciating. Hey, Harry, well done, yaar. It's okay, great, well done. You don't have to be as bad as me. You don't have to do it with so much frequency. But at least once a day, find a reason to pat yourself on the back. If you failed, you learned something. So you can learn from that failure and appreciate yourself for having the courage to go through that failure. You succeeded in something, well, of course, you should celebrate. Right? So now, What I want all of you to do is, we're going to do a little activity here. I want you to post it in the chat and then give a handwritten note to the person for whom you're writing that, with that person's name. I want you to write an appreciation note for any of your colleagues. Write one appreciation note for any of your colleagues. So Venkat can write for Shiva, Shiva can write for Venkat. You can all write for your colleagues. And I would like to see that appreciation note posted in the chat. And genuinely appreciate, even if there is somebody, and start with those whom you don't like, with whom you are not very comfortable, you don't necessarily share a great equation. Start with them, no problem. Because you have to find good things even in so-called bad people or people with whom you don't get along. Can we do that, please? Can I have some responses in the chat? You can take about 5 minutes to do this activity. That's not a problem. But I would request you to please post it in the chat. I would love to hear you, but that's not possible. So please post it in the chat.
Sir, we can also have somebody come into the panel and speak to you if necessary. Okay. Yeah. So if somebody is raising their hands and wants to come on screen and say something,
that will be wonderful. I mean, that would be really nice.
We can do that.
Sure. Yes. Venkatesh says, I'm very grateful to have Shiva as my boss. So obviously March is going to end. It's appraisal time. Venkat. Appraisal time. Now, this is where we become cynical, no? Acha, he's appreciating me because he wants an increment. You know, in India, here I'm just joking, but you know, here what we do, you know, we think there is some agenda. Why did you say nice things about me? You are also wondering why you said. Yes, I think Amandeep had raised his hand. Yeah, Shiva, so Amandeep will be able to speak?
I don't see a raised hand, sir.
I just saw him raise, then it went back. Okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe. Anybody, you can put it in the chat if you're not comfortable speaking out. Yeah, Amandeep Kaur. Now we can see Amandeep Kaur. Amandeep, you're on mute. Yeah, Vetrivel, thanks to Ethika for arranging wonderful, useful sessions. But I would also request you to write an appreciation note for any one individual person from your professional circle. Yeah. Yes. Is it so difficult to appreciate people? Why we're taking so long? Okay. Gopinath, I wanted to thank my old boss who put me down and made me come out. Now I'm in a good cultured organization with joy. Okay. Okay. But that's a little sarcastic. So maybe you can, you know, give one genuine appreciation, even for the person you are not very comfortable with. You see, even those people whom we don't like, they also have some good qualities. So let's highlight that. Appreciate Snehal of HR for fixing health checkup appointment in short time for my boss. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Yes, keep it coming. I'm loving this exercise. I find you're a great team lead like Dhwani and Sukanya who always understands every team member. Excellent. Also in life now, if everybody likes you, there is a problem with you. And if everybody dislikes you, then again there is a problem with you. So not everybody can like and dislike everyone. That's not possible in life. Yeah. Okay. Great. So there are 170 participants. I have not even seen 7 appreciation notes so far. Shiva, with a heavy heart, would you like to appreciate Venkat? Thank you, Venkat. Yeah, as I was saying, he was already typing, for always helping me with managing sessions and being an extended part of me when I'm not available. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Anybody else? Come on, guys, keep it coming. It's such a beautiful exercise. Okay, let's do it the other way now. Yeah. Thank you to God for the COVID phase, as it made the world move slower and value human relationships. Absolutely. It brought families together, no doubt. Thank you, COVID. Seriously. Appreciate Ekta for accepting every walkthrough when I asked at any point of time. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. It has been a pleasure working with my boss and lead learning in every aspect. Excellent. Very good. So now I'm also looking at how can you appreciate yourself. So can you put some messages appreciating yourself, highlighting some of your good qualities? Appreciating Etika for bringing good speaker like you. That is the best appreciation note today. So you will get a special reward from my side. Just joking. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate Sandhya for supporting me. Yes, can you post something for yourself? Some good quality you have? You know, this is one of the most difficult things in life, to appreciate yourself. But today's generation, they are brilliant at that. We appreciate you, sir, for making the session so humorous. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate your word. Learning is part of working. Yes, very true. So, Venkat, why don't you set the ball rolling by saying one good thing about yourself? You can unmute and speak also.
I appreciate myself because I'm a good learner. I'm a good listener.
Okay.
I listen to the people, whoever comes to me and talk something about their problems or something related to themselves. So if they want me, I'll be there to them.
Yeah.
In kind of situation. So
excellent. Excellent. Very good. I appreciate because I'm a good learner. Very good. I'm grateful for being happy and what is that? Not giving up in difficult situations. Excellent. You know, you see, I can write 10 great things about myself. The only condition is you should not call my wife and cross-check whether what I said about myself is correct or not. That is very risky. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate myself for not breaking through, you know, for not breaking, though I had many failures. Very good. Yeah, absolutely. Amazing. Wonderful. I appreciate I don't give up and things are tough. Very, very important quality. I admire myself for having never give up attitude. Excellent. I appreciate for being able to give my family a better life. Appreciate my honesty and not giving up in difficult situations. Yeah, you see, the fundamental principle of happiness is love yourself. Learn to forgive yourself. And don't make happiness a complicated subject. It's a very simple subject. Success is complicated. And success requires a lot of effort, hard work, maybe some expense also. But you know what we have done? We have made happiness expensive and we have made success very cheap. To be happy, I need a big house, I need a big car, I need big promotion, I need to go for foreign travel. I need to be doing better than my colleagues, my peers. We have made happiness so expensive. Happiness is in the small things of life. Having a cup of tea with friends, sitting down with family every day and having dinner without checking WhatsApp. That is happiness. And being with family, being with friends, celebrating, together, birthdays, anniversaries, whatever, just celebrate life, yeah. I mean, my master tells me, Hariharan, never forget to celebrate life. Maheshji in Delhi, I always take his name in all my sessions, and he says, never forget to celebrate life. So, don't make happiness expensive and success cheap. What is success? How success is cheap? Take shortcuts, loot the bank, run away to foreign country and settle down. Do scams, take the money, run away, leaving people in the lurch. So what you have done? You have made success cheap. And what you have done? We have made happiness expensive. Happiness is not expensive. It is accessible every minute of our life, provided we want to be happy. Wonderful. Thank you so much for, putting up your thoughts here and sharing with us. I wish I could go through every single thought and appreciate you, but please accept my appreciation to each one of you, even though we are not able to highlight every single comment, but I'm sure all of you are reading through it. Now, let us look at what is gratitude. Gratitude is nothing but living with a sense of thankfulness. We need to be grateful for the many privileges and comforts we enjoy, but those that are denied to many people. Can you imagine this? How many people in this world do not get the things that we take for granted? You ask a blind person, what is that he values the, what is that he misses the most? His sight, which we take for granted because we can see every day. Ask somebody with some disability what they miss the most. It is that some disability, which we take it for granted. We take our health for granted, which is something you should never take for granted. You should be very focused on ensuring you are in control of your health. We will never have perfect health. There will be always something. But we do not take care of ourselves. That is a problem. And because we don't know our priorities. So Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, he says, if you throw money and banana at monkeys, they will choose bananas without realizing if they took money, they can buy any amount of bananas that they want. But if you throw money and health at human beings, they will take money without realizing if they are healthy, they can make any amount of money that they want. But in the quest to make money, if I spoil my health, all that money is going to go into taking care of the health or repairing, or sometimes it is beyond repair. So guys, please stand in front of the mirror every day, look at yourself, love yourself, and ask yourself some tough questions. Am I taking good care of my health? Am I doing some basic walking, some exercising? Am I having control over my eating habits? Am I loving myself enough? Am I looking after myself? Because you have to take responsibility for your life. Nobody else can. Nobody else can take a responsibility for your life. So get your priorities right and don't take anything for granted in life. And especially COVID in those 2 years, it taught us that You cannot take anything for granted in life. Anything can happen. And what I find very funny is, in a lighter way, when we were locked up at home for 2 years, all the animals had a meeting and they created a ticket system and they came to see us inside the zoo. They were telling us, how was it? How is it when you come to see us in the zoo? How are you feeling when you are inside the zoo now? I'm sure many animals would have silently looked up outside the window and enjoyed the zoo visit, because we were like in a zoo. We couldn't get out. We couldn't do anything. And how much we took our freedom for granted. And those 2 years taught us, don't take your life, your health, and your freedom, and very importantly, your family for granted. You know, I tell a lot of professionals when I do corporate training, I don't think you have seen your children grow like this. You have always seen your children grow like this. Because when you leave the house, you know, when you leave the house, the child is sleeping. When you come back to the house, the child is still sleeping. Because you come so late. So we see many of us see our children grow like this, not like this. Not vertical, but we see them grow horizontal. But during COVID, all of us were together and we were able to spend some time together. So why wait for COVID or something like that to happen to spend time with our family, for whom we slog and we do so much, but we don't get to spend precious time with them. And God has blessed us with beautiful families. And there is no meaning to life if we don't have a family. Yeah. So first, gratitude goes to our family. You have to thank your spouse, your children, your parents, your siblings. You know, I always count in my life, outside my immediate family, I have almost 5,000 friends on Facebook. I'm a public figure. You see, I have 5,000 friends on Facebook. Out of that, how many will turn up for me if I have an emergency, God forbid, at 3 a.m., 3 in the night? If you can make a list of those people, they are the real friends or relatives in your life. And it is for these people that we live, and it is from these people that we seek validation. Right? So now I want you to do one more exercise. And I'm going to give you a little time to do this. When I say little time, it's only 5 minutes, not a lot of time. Whether if it is possible for you, you can share some aspects of that in the chat. If it is not possible, I want you to do it anyway. And share to whatever extent it is possible in the chat. From the time you got up in the morning today till now, what are the things that you are grateful for? Can you please list that down? From the time you got up in the morning, catching less crowded train, which city do you belong to, Apurva? If it is Mumbai, congratulations. Yeah. Yeah, Mumbai, wow, you caught a train which had less crowd. Amazing. Very good. Grateful for the new day. Make a list. What are the things that you are grateful for from the time you got up in the morning today till now? You see my son smile every morning, early morning. Wonderful. Shama, thank you so much. What a beautiful thing you have said. Nothing is more beautiful on this planet than children. Grateful for universe energy to make me awake at morning. Excellent. Make a list. Make a list. Mention at least 3-4 items. So, for example, what am I grateful for today? I'm very grateful that I got an opportunity to visit Anatha Swami temple. I'm grateful for the breakfast we had. I'm grateful for having such a wonderful brother and sister-in-law for taking care of me. I'm grateful that we went safely and came back safely. I'm grateful that nothing untoward happened along the way. I was a little afraid, I had to come back on time for the session. We traveled 130 kilometers and came back 130 kilometers. So I was little on tenterhooks. And I don't know, Shiva, I don't know what he will do to me if I don't turn up on time for the session. So, but I'm grateful that I could get back on time. So when you are being grateful, it's not only for the things that went well, it is also for the things which did not go wrong. The ceiling did not fall on me today also. Excellent. Stay where you are. I can be grateful. I can be grateful I did not trip anywhere today. I can be grateful that I had a good night's sleep. I can be grateful that I get to wear good clothing every day. I get to eat good food every day. There is so much. We can be grateful for every day, every day. And one of the most important things in life that I understood, I have realized, you should be most grateful for the things that you take for granted. Family is always there. They will take care of me. What is there? I will get my food. I will get my chai. I'll get to go to office. You take these things for granted. I'll be alive tomorrow also. We take that also for granted. I'll be absolutely healthy always. Nothing will happen to me. I worked in life insurance industry, And every time you told somebody, God forbid something happens, you said, nothing will happen to me. A neighbor will die first, not me. So when we asked the neighbor said the same, the neighbor will die first. So give him insurance, don't give me. Because he is going to die before me. When I asked him, he is telling he is going to die before me. Competition, who's going to die first? So you can't take anything for granted in life. Relationships, money, career, business. I'm grateful my Wi-Fi is still working. It's intact. It's running smooth. Thank you for that. And honestly, I always thank the auto rickshaw driver, the Uber driver, the pilot, on whom our life depends when they are riding us somewhere. So you not only need to be, today you ate tikka biryani all alone, Neha, very bad. You did not share it with us. Good, enjoy. Excellent. So Neha, you are from Hyderabad. The moment you say biryani, people think of Hyderabad. You are from Mumbai. Wow. Kya baat hai, Shivaji? Shivaji becomes Shivaji. So, Thane. We have a lot of people from Mumbai today. Excellent. I'm so grateful to Mumbai. My God, what a city. It reminds you every day that I am the boss and you have to listen to me. Simple. Mumbai is the boss. When you get into the local train in Mumbai, there is no rich man, poor man, middle class man. Everybody gets pushed in, everybody gets beaten inside, kicked, and everybody gets pushed up. So they don't say, your CEO, you go first. No. Your office boy, you go last. No. They say, whoever it is, go together and get pushed. That is Mumbai. Level playing field. It teaches you humility. It teaches you that carrying ego is a very big risk. Yeah. So I would like you, all of you, to please continue with this exercise. And you can build on this exercise. And this is also a wonderful parenting tool. Today, parents are very eager to give their children everything that they want. It's good if you can do that, but it's also bad, because then the children, if they run into an adversity in life, they will not know how to handle it. And a lot of children, they take many things for granted. So sometimes it may be necessary to take them on an NGO visit to show them how people are leading lives. The things that you take for granted, they don't even have a home. They don't even have a family. So take them to an orphanage, take them to an old age home, see how people are suffering at the old age home. The old age home is looking after them, but why are they there? Because somewhere they are not being able to be with their family. So a lot of things that we take for granted. I always thank Goddess Saraswati before I start a session. Without she giving me the strength in my throat, I don't have a business. I don't have a profession. I can't speak. So many things we take for granted in life. The most important thing is to live an attitude of gratitude, a life of attitude of gratitude. And even more importantly, learn to live in the moment. Learn to always live in the moment. Because I find a lot of people struggle with their past baggage, or they are thinking too much about the future. And what COVID taught us? There may be no tomorrow, my friend. I always like telling about this two monks story. There were two monks, elder monk and a younger monk, and they both wanted to cross the river and go to the other side. So when they reached the river bank, they saw a young lady who was trying to cross the river, but because the water levels were pretty high, she was not able to do that. So the elder monk offered to help her, and he carried her in his arms and started walking. And then all the three of them, they reached the other side of the river. The monk dropped the lady down, said, "Namaste, thank you very much." She said, "Thank you very much for your help." And both the monks started walking towards their destination. Now, all this while, this younger monk was looking at this elder monk, flabbergasted, as if, how could you do this? So finally, the elder monk asked him, "What happened? Why are you looking at me like that?" He said, "You are a monk and you touched a woman. How could you do that?" The elder monk told him, "I dropped her long back. You are still carrying her in your mind." So what's the learning? The past has come and gone, but we are still carrying that in our mind. We are still having regrets. We are still worrying about, "Oh, I wish I should have done that. I wish this had not happened." What has happened has happened. Move on. Make every experience a learning. And I learned in life, there is no success, there is no failure. There is an experience of success and there is an experience of failure. And both are not permanent. There is always a chance to bounce back. And once you bounce back, there is a chance to slip again. That's the circle or the cycle of life. Right? So as we move towards the closure of this session, and I hope you have got some value out of it so far, but I would like to give you, let's try and add a little bit more value here and look at what are the 10 reasons why human beings must always be humble and always be grateful. Reason number 1, we are a highly dependent set of people, you know. Animals are not so dependent as much as we are. Can we imagine our life without water for 1 week? What will happen if transport system in your city is stopped for just 1 day? Imagine our life without the internet just for a day. I remember some time back, there was a a stoppage of WhatsApp and everybody started panicking. We are so dependent. Then why are we having so much ego? We are so powerless in many ways. Do you know we cannot even sneeze with our eyes open? A simple act like sneezing. Every time you sneeze, your eyes will close. That is nature. However big a person you may be in this world, you can never sneeze with your eyes open. Even if there is a little pinch on my arm, we will feel disoriented in life. We cannot be hungry for very long. I have written 10 reasons. There could be 100 reasons or 1,000 reasons why we must always be humble. Can you imagine you don't sleep well for 2 days? I came to Bangalore early part of this week. I took an early morning flight, which means I slept at around 11:30. I had to get up at 2:30 in the morning and go to the airport. You don't feel very great. All these years you've been sleeping. 1 day if you don't sleep, what will happen? But I will still feel uncomfortable even if I don't sleep for 1 day. We cannot be hungry for very long. We need to sleep every day of our life. If we don't sleep 7-8 hours every day, our health will get affected. We have limited control over our destiny. You can do what I call as control the controllable. You can do your best, but success is never guaranteed. Results are never guaranteed. We are totally powerless in front of nature. We cannot handle excess heat. We cannot handle excess cold. We cannot handle earthquakes. We cannot handle tsunamis. We cannot handle heavy rains. We are powerless in front of nature. But still, a lot of people that I meet around in this world, they think they are very smart. No, we are not as smart as we think we are. We have lots of limitations. We cannot take anything for granted. Life is uncertain for us. It takes a long time before we start feeling in control of our own life. Why do I say this? Is because when we are born, at least for 5 years of our life, we don't remember anything. At least 4 to 5. Our earliest memories are maybe when we turn 5. We don't remember anything about our own life. Only by the time you're 16, 18, 20 years old, you start feeling, yes, I can do with less dependence on my parents or my family members. Just imagine how long we take to stand up on our feet, and throughout our life, we need support, mental, physical, emotional. The last thing which we must understand here is, please be humble, because we have no power over death. जिंदगी तो बेवफा है, एक दिन टुकराएगी, मौत महबूबा है, अपने साथ लेकर जाएगी. Theoretically, I can die today evening, tomorrow morning, anytime. When you have to laugh at yourself because life is bowling yorkers and bouncers at you. It is enjoying at your expense. So make yourself a joke and laugh at yourself. Then others will not make fun of you because you already made fun of yourself. Just imagine, our arrival is known to the world and it is announced. The child is going to be born in this family after 6 months. 3 months are already done. Another 6 months, the lady, the mother will deliver the child. And then you arrive. Then there is celebration. Then everybody, and you are blissfully unaware of what is happening because your consciousness is not that developed. You don't even remember the day you and me were born. We have no idea what happened on that day. You don't even know whether that is the correct birth date. You have to trust when you are told you were born on that day. That's all. You have no way to scientifically verify that from your own memory. You cannot do that. So your whole life begins with helplessness. And still we think we are very smart. Kya baat hai yaar? So when we are born, there is an arrival time, there is an announcement, but and every year our birthday comes, we say it's my birthday, it's my birthday. But when I die, I can't even announce. I can't tell anybody I'm gone. That's it. Just like that. No prior intimation given. Gone. Okay. Last day today, I'm dying tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Okay. So you come home at 9:30 and witness. Gone. So boss, where is the scope for ego in life? Of course, you should have self-respect. Yes, some amount of ego will be there. I mean, we are human beings. But why think you are so important in life? You are not. मुझसे बेहतर कहने वाले, मुझसे बेहतर सुनने वाले. Sayer Ludhianvi wrote this in that song, कभी कभी मेरे दिल में एक ख्याल आता है. In that film, कभी कभी. मुझसे बेहतर कहने वाले, तुमसे बेहतर सुनने वाले. You may be the best, but somebody better is already on the way, boss. So don't think that we are very significant. Let us not think that we are the most extraordinary guys on this planet. Of course, you should encourage yourself, do all that, but never put down others, never compare yourself with others, and don't think we are the smartest guys on this planet. We are not. We need to be grateful and thankful for what is good in our life, rather than comparing ourselves with, this person has got, because we are all on a very unique journey. And in the corporate world, biggest problem is acidity. You know why? Everybody is envious of the other person's success. And everybody thinks this person's life is better than mine. After you get married, you start thinking the neighbor's wife or the friend's wife is more beautiful than yours. I should have waited for 2 more years. Nobody would have married you, boss. My friends tell me you're so lucky that somebody decided to marry you. I said, I agree with you. ऐसा आदमी है, तुमसे कैसा शादी किया भाभी ने? मैं बोला हो जाता है, लैप्स इन कंसंट्रेशन होता है लाइफ. और हाँ बोल देते हैं गलती से, हो जाती है शादी. तो the point here is, it's very important to stay grounded. See, you say, I have ego, but I am also grateful. It is a mismatch. If you are grateful, it means you are humble. It means you have the right attitude. That's why you are grateful. So let's be humble. There is another reason for being humble. Ego, it adds to your weight. It's a burden to carry. When you have ego, you have to always prove yourself that you are that great. When you are humble, yeah, मैं तो छोटा आदमी है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. जिधर है, जैसा है, बढ़िया है, और अच्छा करने का है. That's all. I have nothing to prove. I have made you the bigger person. I'm happy being the smaller person. Thank God that if people don't recognize you in the public space, you can live your life very peacefully. You ask celebrities what they miss the most. They say we cannot go out into the open and eat vada pav. Then everybody will recognize us and they'll not allow us to eat vada pav or lead a normal life. And whatever our life is, however boring it might be, however mundane, normal, I'm telling you that's the most beautiful life. You have a routine to follow, it's the most beautiful life. Ask somebody who doesn't have a routine to follow, who doesn't have a job or doesn't have a successful business running, doesn't know what to do with his day, then you will realize how much value there is in feeling bored and doing the same things again and again, again and again. But that's what life is all about. You know, your ability to do the same thing every day with a great amount of passion. So let me end this session with one last story, which again teaches us that live in the moment, be grateful, be thankful, be appreciative of what is there. Don't think you're too smart, because none of us are permanent in this world. We are all passengers. It's a journey. Enjoy the journey. Learn from the journey and keep improving as a person. So there was a saint who lived in a kingdom, and that king had great pride. He was a good king, but lot of pride. And he built a beautiful palace, and he invited everybody to come and see the palace and visit the palace, and said, it is a perfect palace. If at all you find anything defective in the palace, I will correct it. And you know how people are, they said, yeah, what a great king, what a great palace. There is no, इसमें कोई कमी नहीं है. कोई कमी नहीं है, क्या बढ़िया palace बनाया. But there was this one saint who did not visit the palace. He said, what am I to do? So the king went to the saint and asked him, Maharaj, I have made a beautiful palace. I invited everybody, invited you also. Why you did not come? He said, Raja, what will I do looking at your palace here? I live in a small jhopadi here. I have no needs. My needs are very limited. So the king said, please come now, on my request, and tell me if there is anything defective. I will correct it. I can do anything. So saint said, okay, chalta hu. And he looked at the palace and he said, beautiful palace. You have done a great job. The king ne pucha, isme koi kami to nahi hai. There is no defect in this. The saint said very sadly, there are two problems. I will say in Hindi and also translate in English, because the Hindi mein bada powerful lagta hai. Raja, isme na do kami hai. क्या कमी है, मैं ठीक कर दूंगा. तो नहीं कर सकते, तुम इसको ठीक नहीं कर सकते, ऐसा क्या कमी है? तो सेंट टेल्स हिम, तुम इसमें सदा रहोगे नहीं. ये पैलेस में तुम सदा रहोगे नहीं. You will not live in this palace forever. दूसरी कमी ये है, ये तुम्हारे साथ चलेगा नहीं. The second limitation is, this palace will not go with you. When you leave the world, it will not go with you. What are the two defects? You will not live in this forever, and this will not go with you. तुम इसमें सदा रहोगे नहीं, और दूसरा, ये तुम्हारे साथ चलेगा नहीं. Raja reflects, the king reflects, बात तो बराबर है. And he himself becomes a saint. He renounces everything. The kya fayda? So I'm not asking any of you to renounce anything. But the lesson is, Whatever is there, be grateful for it. Live in the moment. And don't take life so seriously. We are going to die one day. And we are here for some purpose. So do that purpose to the best of your ability. Of course, have dreams, have aspirations, but whatever you do, do it happily. And don't feel distressed about it. Some amount of distress is understandable, but don't allow it to control you. Always be happy. And I'm telling you, the best way to be happy, thankful, and grateful in life is to love your work. That is something we have to do till the end of our life. So why not love what we do? Those who love their work are never unhappy in life, or they have limited unhappiness in their life. And we all have to depart one day. Why take life so seriously? It's okay. You made mistakes, you have regrets. You are not the most handsome person in this world. How does it matter? You are not the most successful person in this world. How does it matter? You are not the richest person in this world. How does it matter? However rich you are, you will have to eat the do chapati or dal or sabji. That's it. That is how much ever cold drink you drink. The fundamental of life is only that glass of water will quench your thirst. How much ever pizza, burger you eat. The fact of the matter is, the fundamental is that home food of dal chawal, sabji roti is what will satisfy your hunger. Right? So I hope I could add some value to your life, and very, very thankful once again for the opportunity from Etika. I can go on and on. I've already exceeded by 2 minutes. I generally like to end on time. And I'm very, very thankful to all the participants for being there with us today. God bless all of you, and thank you very much.